Yeah, I mean, I was weird with that. I was super, back to not giving. It also manifested the other way. I didn't look at anybody. I looked up to my parents. They came to America, they had $100, lived in a studio apartment with 8 family members in Queens, and I just watched them grind in my face every day. We bought nothing. I went on one family vacation my whole life, right? We bought nothing, Kmart and Bradley's and for clothes, that's what we did my whole life. My dad then eventually had a little liquor store. Literally, I wore liquor t-shirts to school every day of my life. So I look up to them, how hard they brought it. And they built the foundation, right? I was lucky to have parents like that. So, but I never looked up I want to be like Bill Gates, or I want to be like Steve Jobs, or I want to be me. That's my best. I suck shit at so much stuff, my man. Suck. But I go so hard at what I'm good at, and I'm gonna win the whole thing because of it.
What was the spark? The spark. I watched your video, and you said you do it every day like it's your last, or you're not coming back. So what was the spark that made you realize that? I'm
grateful. I'm driven by gratitude. And I wish everybody was. Do you know how ridiculously crazy it is that you're a human being? 400 trillion to 1. You're more likely to win the lotto 9 times in your life than actually having a life. I honestly, to be very black and white on this, I don't know how we can't be thankful. You could have been a tree. I just look at everything positive. I get a phone call right now, my mom died, I'd be dead, dead. I would, right? But then very quickly, I'd be I'm so grateful that I had her and all this time we had. You know what I mean? I don't have it, I'm optimistic. I'm grateful. And I try to impose that on people who have it more than me and who have less than me, because it's the same game. It's just, you're gonna choose how to look at life. And I think it's chemicals that make you say, fuck, my dad left me when I was 4, I'm in a bad neighborhood, my brother got killed. But I just meet kids who have the same shit every day, and I said I gotta take the family on my back, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna make it to the league, and that's, it's just binary. Either you decide it's shit, or you decide it's your advantage. What I know, for facts, this is facts, because of this, and Instagram and Snapchat and YouTube, people that have chips on their shoulder, that come from shit, have the advantage, because the work ethic and the hunger is now the biggest factor in who's gonna win. And people like my kids who have everything are soft. I think that's it. I don't think my kids wanna work in a room half the size of this for 16 hours a day, because they have a house in the Hamptons. They're just soft. So it's crazy how you'd never believe, I don't even say it because I don't think you'd believe it, and then you think I'm saying it for some bullshit. So I don't say it, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I look and I'm these kids have the advantage. They don't get it, I know they don't think it, and I'll never say it out loud because the world would say, fuck you, you're an idiot. How could you say that? I get it. I don't give a fuck, I know I'm right. And when you believe, and when you actually believe that, shit can get so crazy. If you actually believed it, and by the way, I genuinely believe if I had 900 kids walk through, look just like you, 1, 2 would actually, 3 would actually believe it. Not want to believe it because they think I'm right. Not believe it because most people will not believe it. Actually believe it, they'll win. When I hear people say, it's my dream, it always catches my attention, because I'm always is it? Because when I hear people say, it's my dream, then I'm oh, this is gonna be easy. Hey Avery, for 5 years, nothing good's gonna happen. You're gonna work at 7-Eleven or at an office or some shit just to pay rent and food, so that the other 7 hours you can work on driving with Avery. Nothing good is gonna happen for 5 years. You're not gonna be fucking Gary Vee, you're not gonna fucking pop, you're not gonna make money, you're not. And if you're bet, then it is your dream and let's go. Yes, so all you need to do is find an amazing, and this is a big shout out to everybody who's got a dream. The number one way as a young person to win on a dream is to find a bullshit job that doesn't take up a lot of time. Let me say it one more time because it's confusing as fuck. The way you actually, because if you went right out of school and started doing this and you had a couple of dollars saved up and you're couch serving or your parents are paying for it or whatever, cool, but guess what? It's only gonna last 2 or 3 months because you're not gonna, everyone's like, oh, by month 6, I'll be making $100,000 on ads on YouTube. It never happens. So the way to actually live a dream usually is for that dream to be your side hustle, but takes up all your free time because it's your dream now, right? It's not like kinda, it's your dream now. You know, it takes away from 2K, takes away from hanging with your boys. It takes away from having a girlfriend, boyfriend. It takes away from shit. It's a fucking dream. Whether you think we have a ton of time or no time, whichever one you believe in, I can promise you this, the fucking hard work is the cost of entry. You either have such extreme God-given talent that the first thing you write pops off on some Matt Damon, you know, and Ben Affleck shit, right? Or you're like the 99% and you put in the fucking 2 decades and then your moment comes. Take it from a 44-year-old who's twice your age. If I told you right now, you have to put in 22 years of grinding, but at 44 you hit, you would fucking rip your arm off for that opportunity. Yet when you're 22, that sounds like the worst. I don't feel any sympathy or sadness for anybody who cries about it's hard to build an audience, because I want to remind everybody who's watching, when you say that you want to build a big audience, what you're really saying is that you want to live a 1% life.
Perfect.
I want to live a life where I get to do whatever I want and make enough money to be happy. That's extremely hard. Very few people achieve that in their lives. So I think the audacity to want to be an influencer or a content producer who makes a living off of that, I think people need to be reminded it's not so easy. It's not supposed to be easy.
What is the best advice you can give to someone who wants to start a small business but they're still working full time?
To do it after your hours. It was called Crush It. I wrote it in 08, it came out in 09, 7 p.m. to 2 in the morning. This is all the same things. Are you guys willing to put in the work and pay? Guys, are you willing to pay the price for what you want? I want to have a business so I can make lots of money and go on vacation and have lots of things. You want a 1% life, but you're not willing to put in a 1% work ethic. Work your job, come home, and do I have to go through it again? Like, do I have to make fun of Game of Thrones and the Golden State Warriors one more time? I'm more than happy to. You've gotta give up all the leisure stuff and you've gotta work from 7 to 2 in the morning, start a business, sell shit on eBay. I've put that out there, everybody can do that. But become the wedding photographer of America like I became the wine guy. Not everybody can do that. But you've got to make the mental switch. In the same way that 2 years ago I said, I'm going to make there was no tactic to get into better shape like this. Get in here, man. Get in here. The timing was unbelievable. I was just talking about like my health switch. Ironically, you started around the time that I was starting to like smoke around it.
Yes, that's right.
You're an unbelievably athletic kind of dude.
Sure.
You agree with me that it is a mental switch, not a tactic. There's no like, you're gonna do this. It's binary. Either you're mentally in the place of like, I take this seriously, or you're not.
Yeah, because life does whatever it's gonna do. You just kind of decide what you're gonna do around it. So, and that happens with exercise too, I think. So, yeah, just go with it or you don't.
1 or 0.
1 or 0.
Talent's real too. Like serendipity happens. Like, Lil Yachty wasn't doing all that much work. Wrote a couple songs in Arkansas State and it went. Happens. It's not the norm. But, you know, listen, life is talent and work ethic. Nothing else. You can work 19 hours a day on beats. If you're not good enough, nothing good's gonna happen. That's just real. Which is why it's important to try and taste shit, because you might be the greatest fucking cook of all time. You might. It's crazy, it really fucking fucks with me. And it like I'm trying to figure it out myself. I don't have I'm not Yoda, you know, like I'm just trying to figure it out too, but like, it's there, man. And the internet makes it crazy. Like, you probably wouldn't watch 700 videos of cooking, you know, back in the day, because whatever played on cable, right? But now you could, right? Like, video games, I'm trying to think back to my days at there were some kids there that could literally become professional video game players. That's now real. People getting paid millions to play video games. There's so much opportunity because of the internet.